Ron already got a win in the tournament.
Yeah, all right, bro. Anyways, from the Noseweeds, we back. We got some big news to announce. Not really announce. We're not announcing the news. But we're going to talk about the news that was announced this morning. We talked about Paul Revere on Monday. Zach Paul revered my news this morning at 1:15 a.m. Actually,
Is that
not
the
even
exact
12:15.
time? I was
It
going to
was
say it was like
it was like
midnight.
12. It was like 12:17. Actually, I just looked back at the receipts. We're going to talk about some WNBA CBA talks and news, then get into some March Madness picks because it starts tomorrow. Anyways, my mom was blowing up my phone right now. That's not my mom, but never mind. Anyways, Zach, how's been your last couple of days? I know last night you had a doozy of a night.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, covering ASU GCU baseball up extremely late. I mean, that was an awesome game. Went to extras. Uh, you know, Texas got a dub. You know, it wasn't the biggest. It wasn't the best of games, but a win's a win. Made it out of the first four. Couldn't say the same last year. Shout Sean Miller. Shout Tremont Mark. That's my goat. Love Tremont Mark. But yeah, awesome night. Oh yeah, and something called the WBC happened. I hear Team USA lost. Shout out Venezuela.
Shout out Giants legends, Jose Budo and Luis Arias for winning for Team Venezuela. The Rangers have anybody on that team?
Nah, I don't fuck with the Rangers. But that's a different story.
Okay.
Different story.
Anyways, let's get on with this one. Yeah, shout out Team Venezuela. I was pulling for them, man.
Dude, shout out. Did you see Acuna's post?
I did. I love Acuna, bro.
That's awesome, bro. I love Ronald Acuna, and that just.
Did you see? What's his? Is it Palencia? I don't know his first name. Is Palencia the closer that?
Yeah, the Cubs closer. Yeah. I've heard so much about him because of Wyatt, unfortunately.
Yeah, bro. He was tearing up before he threw his last pitch that just like went right by Roman Anthony. Low key, beautiful sights.
I actually didn't see that, but that sounds so awesome, man.
He was tearing up. I will
WBC
say, bro,
is like probably one of the better events in sports. Like I give baseball a lot of crap, but like the WBC is awesome.
Absolutely. Harper's 2-run shot was also electric, but that's besides the point.
Yeah,
they lost.
I have a story about that. I was in the press box for that. Right, there's two TVs on either side of the box that both have the game on, both way behind, by the way. Wyatt's right next to me watching on a, let's just say a questionable site. And that's even further behind the TVs. So we just hear the people behind us. We're sitting front row in the press box, right? We just hear the people behind us just start going crazy. And we're like, we look at each other like, what happened? Bryce Harper's just, at bat. He just took a ball. Next thing you know, just see him hit a shot. And I knew that was gone because you see the crowd behind them.
Oh, yeah.
I love that's one of my favorite parts about baseball is when you see like everybody just get up to their feet. I mean, sometimes it's not always a homer, but it's just electric, man. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I will say that is one of my favorite parts about baseball and all that kind of stuff when like you see electric moments. But that's also one of the parts that I don't like about baseball, where you're kind of like you have to wait for that moment to happen. Where like in other sports, like in football, both footballs, I say football for soccer, sorry, whatever. Like you're kind of on your feet and on the edge the entire time. Basketball, you're cheering the entire game. American football, you're cheering the entire game. Like that's one thing I don't like about baseball, but when it does happen, I fucking love it. Sorry, wow,
yeah,
my fault.
Like that's part of like baseball's appeal to me. Like I kind of see that. I like it. It's like a change-up sport. Like obviously, like not even like to be a pun, like because of the change-up, but like it is a bit of a change-up sport because there's so many things that are like different about it from other sports, and that's like I appreciate that in it. But I was also going to say like the WBC has the most lively atmospheres you will see in the sport, and oh my god, I love that. It's just it's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know if you were listening to like Joe Davis on the call was like talking about like in like the bottom of the eighth or top of the eighth, like
I didn't hear the call.
Or Venezuela was batting, and they were like he was talking about like like this small town from like the north side of Venezuela, like home of 10,000 people. It's like a fishing town, all this kind of stuff. Has produced like Ronald Acuna, like Albert Pujols. I don't know if it's Pujols or Suarez.
Pujols it's from the DR.
Oh, not Pujols. Salvador Perez. Sorry, Salvador Perez. It's like all these like all stars and stuff, and it's kind of crazy. Just to think about it. That's what I love about world sports, like the World Cup and all that kind of stuff. Fortunately, basketball doesn't have as good as that either of them.
Basketball World Cup.
Yeah,
I
stinkers.
mean, it's good, but like, it's not entertaining because I don't know. That's probably a bad way to look at it, but I just wish we got the best on the best. I wish that like the U.S. would actually send their best, and every other country would send their best. So we get a real World Cup,
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. Like we have this like talk all the time. Like Olympic champion isn't world champion, but in
it feels
basketball
like a world champion.
it feels like a world champion because everybody sends their best.
Yeah, it's the feeling of it is world champion. It just doesn't say world champion on all the merch and all that
It's
stuff.
it's still world champion of what?
Yeah,
I mean I gotta say that for U.S. baseball after last night. World champion.
it absolutely is.
What?
Yeah, it's low key an embarrassment.
Bro, they had the best lineup probably assembled in the history of the sport. Probably one of the better. Like they had a great pitching staff, and they blew it.
Yeah,
Like, they blew it. There's like I think that's probably one of the greatest chokes, one of the greatest failures, one of the greatest underachievements in the history of like sports in general.
Yeah,
That's it. Like to me, it's like if the 2017 Warriors went out there and lost. I mean, some could say it's very comparable to the 2016 Warriors, but I just think that they were like a better team, like on paper than like the 2016 Warriors. Like that was supposed to be the team. That was their redeemed team. Like I talked about it in class yesterday. My professor was saying like, oh, maybe if the U.S. loses, in that game, maybe they'll start taking it serious. And I'm like, wasn't this supposed to be the time where they take it serious? Like,
yeah. This is actually supposed to be the time
they lost last time, and like everybody started joining this time, and yet they still lost. It's
The funny thing is the difference between like I'm gonna reference the basketball is like the U.S. lost in the World Cup, nowhere near. They still had maybe one of the best lineups on paper and still lost, and then they still got out and put out a better lineup, probably the best lineup we've ever seen. Yeah, in the Olympics the next year. So
hey, shout out Noah Lyles for assembling that lineup, bro.
But for baseball, it's like I was like thinking for baseball, like how much better can you actually get than this lineup, dude? You really can't,
dude. Like I saw somebody. I'm not the most well versed on baseball, but like I saw they were like talking about lineups for next year. Like, oh, if you thought the U.S. was scary this time, wait till next time. And they were like, they're just listing off a lineup, and it was like sounding like the most mediocre players ever. I'm like, I don't think you get better than this lineup if you're the U.S.
Yeah, when your top three is what not Schwarber, who was leadoff?
Judge,
Witt,
Judge,
Henderson,
Harper.
Judge, Harper. Like you have Schwarber in there, PCA. Like I don't know how. And then your pitching staff, you had Scuball, he left. I don't think he changed the outcome of the final.
Skeens, McLean, like was it? McLean pitched a decent game.
Yeah,
Webb was probably the best. Mason Miller.
Yeah, Webb was probably the best pitcher this WBC. You can't really get much better than this, dude. Like, you really can't.
Part of me like also questions like how much the Padres paid Mark DeRosa not to put Mason Miller in the final. Because I mean, it is undoubtedly a different game if Mason Miller pitched there instead of Garrett Whitlock.
Yeah, but they literally said he was not going to pitch.
Every other team faced setbacks. Like let's get this straight. Just literally look at Puerto Rico and look how many people like missed out.
Yeah,
like Correa, Baez, and Lindor. Obviously, I missed the best player. And then for Venezuela, this one like honestly broke my heart, especially seeing them win. Jose Altuve, shout out Preston, but
yeah,
dude, that breaks my heart. He's arguably it's him and Miguel Cabrera for the faces of Venezuelan baseball. Now Cunha too, but he deserved to be on that squad.
It sucks, but
I don't know. Let's get back to basketball.
We can talk about this.
We're a basketball show. We're talking about baseball. I think that shows the specialness of the WBC. Like
absolutely,
that was a awesome tournament, and
it absolutely was
an even better final.
Yeah, let's get from another W to the other real W. WNBA CBA. Paul revered me this morning about that. Let's just if you want to, just give me the rundown real quick, Zach, while I bring something up to announce. Go ahead.
We are back. Obviously, you can
Wow,
see that screen shaking. I'm pounding the
that was
table,
whoa.
but I feel like
That was
it's
some
well.
added
I feel
sound
like
effects too. What the hell?
I feel like it's well deserved. We are finally back. Players didn't get as much as I thought they should have, but they got paid. It's progress. It's what's been needed. I don't know the exact details at the moment, but I'm just happy to have the WNBA back. The season isn't affected. We're about to get the draft lottery, free agency. Not obviously not the order. Co's about to announce the order, but free agency, draft lottery, expansion draft, training camp, season, like all in the span of the next month. All while we're getting March Madness, the playoffs, the NBA playoffs. We're getting the women's March Madness. The Final Four's out here. We're
Yeah.
getting the McDonald's All American games, which are out here too. All in the span of a month. Like, we're eating so good as basketball fans, bro. What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Anyways, so obviously, WNBA collective bargaining agreement hasn't been formally signed yet. We'll get into that a little bit later. But the details of all of it have basically been agreed to. They didn't have a lockout. You mentioned they had a lock in, kind of like lock themselves in a room, discussed it until they got it done. Here's the timeline for the next 2 months until the season opener, which is May 8th for a lot of teams. March 31st, which is in 2 weeks, the CBA will be formally signed, hopefully signed. That's what we hope for. The expansion draft will be between April 1st and 6th. Obviously, we have 2 teams that are not coming in, Toronto and Portland, to fill out rosters with. Then right after that, free agency, April 7th to 18th, or slightly beyond that, whichever, if players don't get signed then. Big name free agents too. A'ja Wilson's a free agent, reigning MVP, Finals MVP, WNBA champion, 3-time, by the way. April 13th, right after, in the middle of free agency and right after the March Madness tournament for women's is WNBA draft. Then training camp starts a week after that. And then 2 weeks after that, May 8th, season opener. We will be there. I might be at Chase Center for that one, watching the Valkyries play. But yeah.
You know what? I'm proud of you.
What?
I'm proud of you that you went that whole tangent without mentioning Beja. That's something.
Beja. Oh, you know what? Let's get into that one. You see my hat. We from the Bay. A'ja Wilson is a free agent. And how does not just sound Beja? BAY''JA. We'll be getting a jersey if that happens. Book it. Beja.
It's not happening.
A'ja Wilson. We're getting Beja and Bam. Bam's going to the Warriors too. Watch.
Yeah. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Yeah.
Bam Beja, bro. Come on now. Beja.
You ain't leaving the Aces, bro. No way she leaves the Aces.
What if she
Shout
does?
Becky
I'm not saying she is. I don't want her to leave, but if she went to the Valkyries, bro, come on, man.
I can't hate. I just I don't like I don't like y'all's jerseys. That's first and foremost.
We're gonna get new jerseys, bro. Chill.
Bro, please. I love the colors. I love the name. Love the city. Love the fan base. Just get better jerseys. Yeah, sorry. It's so I hate watching games at times of the Valkyries because the jersey design is awful. Like you have such a cool team name. I feel like the logo is even fine. You have
the logo's fire.
Amazing colors. Like black and purple is probably one of the best color schemes out there. And your jerseys suck.
Yeah. I am one of the problem. I did buy jerseys of Valkyries. It says, to Caitlin on Chen on the back. Hopefully I can double that too, and it says Wilson on the back soon. Anyways, we will. I mean, obviously, this is just big time. It's kind of what we've been talking about since literally September, October. At this point, even during the WNBA finals, when we were talking about it last semester and last year, it's just been on everybody's mind. At least everybody that follows the W, it's been on their mind. Just trying to, hoping and praying that it happens one day, that we'll get the season. And at one point, it looked like it was never going to happen. Unrivaled came in, had an amazing season and time when we had the 3v3s and all that kind of stuff. that was something that I've never seen in women's sports and honestly basketball ever. I've never seen a 3v3 tournament that big. Even in the Olympics, it hasn't been that big ever. They went to Philly, sold out that stadium. Went to Miami, sold out that stadium, and then obviously when they were in New York, sold out that stadium. It's just like you just love to see it, and now we finally have confirmation that we got a season. We'll be watching it all summer long. Like, hopefully, I get my internship with the Valkyries, so I get to. That was a part of me that was like, dude, if I apply for internship with the Valkyries and then there's just not a season, like, do I still have my internship opportunity? Like, that would suck.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens, but I'm just excited that I get to go out to Chase Center and watch some games in Valhalla.
Yeah, part of it's a bit heartbroken. The Wings are set to play in Austin in preseason, but I will not be back home. They're playing the Aces too. Like, like the two teams I watch the most in women's hoops. The two teams I like the most are playing. The GOAT Asia Wilson and Paige lining it up preseason. Oh,
yeah.
Who knows if they even play in the preseason? But still, like, God, I want to go so bad.
You want to know what's crazy is the Valkyries opened on the road in Seattle on May 8th, and then their first game at home is against Phoenix on May 10th. So I'm gonna see if you know what. Let's look at tickets right now. Just while I'm on the website.
Hold on. We're gonna do this live. Are you or are you not down to go to the DT jersey retirement game?
See, I need the funds first.
Bro, they're not that expensive. Last I checked, I swear.
Still, I need the funds.
My mama,
if she listens to us, she would like quite literally disown me if I bought tickets for a game right now. I will tell you that much right now. And I like to keep my supporters around.
Bro, they're literally up to 92. Are you? I asked you when they were 50.
I'll go back now, bro. It's not until October, bro, or August.
It's August. I will buy right now.
What day is in August?
Sunday the 16th.
I don't even know if I'm gonna be back then, bro.
I'm gonna schedule myself to be back by then, bro.
All right, well, let me figure that out first.
I need to see that, bro.
Let me figure that out first, bro. Do you see Satu?
It's DT's jersey retirement.
I'm just thinking now because I have the DT jersey. You got a Satu jersey at the same time, and she went alopecia awareness, which is
I saw that, man. Shout out Sa, man. She's a goat. That's so awesome.
Bro, Satu is so awesome. I mean, everything about the W right now is just so good.
She actually uses her platform to stand on business. Like, I love Satu.
Yeah,
she's unapologetic. Like, everything she's called out about the Wings, like, she's the GOAT. I love Satu.
What does she call about the Wings?
Just how they run. Basically, how poorly they're run, how poorly they're funded.
That's your franchise.
It was a whole situation.
That's your franchise, man.
Hey, we waited for the Comets to come back, or Austin.
Yeah. What do you think is going to be? I mean, we literally had this conversation about Vegas, but even right before we got on air, what would your ideal Austin WNBA team look like?
I don't know. We talked about blue bonnets because it's their state flower, and it's like, I don't know. I love blue bonnets on a logo. It's very representative of Austin. There's a lot of blue bonnets around.
Like, could you imagine like an ATX with a blue bonnet in the middle?
Yeah.
Or like going along the bottom? That'd be fire.
Bats is always something that's big with Austin. Could do the Austin Armadillos. That's like literally a Madden franchise name. Like
that is.
The relocation. I always do the Austin Armadillos. I don't know. Armadillos, bats. Something to do with music. We're the live music capital of the world.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but there's a lot of opportunity there. No Big Five sports team there. Largest city in the U.S. without a Big Five sports team. So we will be there.
Bring them. Yeah. I mean,
bring the Comets home too. Well, all right. Bring the Comets home too.
Yeah, or just move the Wings back to Tulsa.
All right, just bring the Comets home, bro. Like, we need to.
Yeah,
world needs the Houston Comets to play, bro. Greatest franchise in the history of the WNBA, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Valkyrie soon. Trust.
All right.
Valhalla. We'll be in Valhalla all summer. Trust.
Well,
Um,
after Bam and Asia sign with the Bay.
we'll be there, man.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of like B names in like football or like baseball that would sign with like, yo, we literally got Bader.
Gets your goat, right?
Well, shut up. Don't even stop it. Stop. Don't even bring that up right now. Don't even bring that up. Stop it. Chill. We got, oh my God, we got Christian Kirk too.
Yo, you got so many jerseys to get, like Harrison Bader, WBC jersey. You got your Christian Kirk jersey. You got to emphasize. You got to get the C on the back too. I don't know if you have anybody else whose last name is Kirk, but I mean, you got to get C Kirk on the back too. I don't know.
I gotta get a Podge jersey.
I just know your favorite player, by the way, Nick Bosa, broke down in tears when he saw a certain last name in the locker room next to him.
Yeah, Osa Igaduza. I'll even say his last name.
Odigizua?
Odigizua.
Osa Odigizua? Like,
yeah. And then we're gonna have his brother
that's my
back
goat.
too.
That's my goat.
We're gonna get Joey too. We're just assembling the.
I miss him, but I digress. We gotta stop getting off topic. We got a whole bracket to fill out here.
Yeah, March Madness starts tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, actually, it already started. If you're counting the first four, which I do, as an avid first four supporter in Texas fan who has played in the first four the last 2 years.
Yeah, as a back-to-back first four supporter, is that what you're gonna call yourself?
Yes,
back-to-back first four supporter.
Actually, we're a back-to-back. I'm a back-to-back first four supporter whose team has had a lottery pick in each year. Actually,
lottery pick this year? Who?
Taylor Swain. Bro,
we'll see.
Bro, he's going. He should go top 10.
All right, we'll see. We'll get that in our mock draft soon. Next week. Soon. Whatever.
He's coming to Spurs.
Yeah, we're gonna do a live bracket right here. Each of our own brackets. We're not doing a combined bracket because I feel like there's gonna be too much. I feel like we're actually pretty aligned on our brackets. I'm not gonna lie. All right. There's pretty good alignment, but let's start in the East region.
You want me to go first, or you got it?
Yeah, you go first. Go ahead.
Run down quick. Duke, TCU, St. John's, Kansas, South Florida, Michigan State, UCF, UConn.
All right. No, how we're gonna do this in each bracket after we both give our picks of that first round. We'll go 2 matchups that we've highlighted that can be swing games or that are like really hard to choose from. My is pretty similar. Actually, not really. I have Duke, TCU, St. John's, Cal Baptist, South Florida, Michigan State, UCLA, and UConn.
I really like the Cal Baptist over Kansas take. I'm gonna be honest. I'm so close to swinging it. Like I wanted to like almost just say it, but I don't know. It's safe to say I'm out on Kansas. Like I have them losing to St. John's the next round. Spoiler, but I don't really like this Kansas squad. I've seen too many struggles from them down the stretch this year. DP's a bit like inconsistent playing time wise. I'm sure he'll play the most he can in the tournament, but that's always something to watch. And I just don't trust this team that much.
It almost feels like DP has just lowered my expectations for this team. The fact that he doesn't play and just doesn't give me, like you said, trust. I don't have no faith in this team. Melvin Council is not that good at basketball. Flory Badunga, as good as it's looked on paper and from the media and stuff like that, I don't think he's that great of a player. And Cal Baptist is a 13 seed that really could have been as high as a 10 or 11, in my opinion. Dominique Daniels, I saw a highlight reel of him last night. Genuinely one of my favorite players in the country. He's so tough. And I like the upset. Obviously, CA in the name. That's where I'm from. Gotta love it. They're from SoCal though, but it's okay. We love. It's all love. It's all one love around here.
I was about to ask where.
It's all one love around here. But Cal Baptist to the round of 32.
I'm so close to moving them. Like it's.
Yeah. The other big news as well. South Florida over Louisville, which we're aligned on, but announced this morning. Michael Brown is out tomorrow against South Florida. That just kind of diminishes any hope that Louisville, I think, is going to get past them. South Florida was already my pick to go past them. It was a flip game. It was kind of a coin toss. one of those games that I thought, but now no Michael Brown, who is your
It's South
offensive
Florida for
engine.
me.
It's South Florida. Their defense is too good. Their offense is too high powered. They have great guard play, which is what you love in March. And so South Florida moves on.
Yeah, it's so heartbreaking. I mean, we're missing so many guys this March. Like my like really just right now, Michael and Caleb are just breaking my heart. Like I was talking about it with Reese yesterday. I feel like Caleb Wilson is the like type of player for March. He's like built for March. I don't know how to explain it because I love guard driven teams in March, but the energy Caleb brought to big games early in the year, I feel like he would have been perfect for March. That just breaks my heart that obviously
Yeah.
he's never going to get to experience March Madness because he's he's going to the top 5. But I digress. Uh, did you pick UCF? Sorry, run that by me. UCF, UCLA.
No, I picked UCLA. It
Really?
depends on Donovan Dent's health. He's not healthy right now, quote unquote healthy, but it's almost like um I don't know. It's another toss up game. But UCLA in the Big Ten tournament surprised me, like
Yeah.
really surprised me. But sorry, I got like really distracted. There was like a
There's
tour
so many
going on.
people.
there was a tour going on through here, and they're like looking at me. I was like, yo, I'm like
Yeah.
on this spot right here, whatever. It's like we're doing like a live episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, I picked UCLA over UCF just because I think UCLA is more battle tested. The Big Ten was a better conference than the Big 12 at times this year.
Yeah.
And so I took UCLA, but another flip game, especially if Donovan Dent isn't healthy for that game. But he has 2 days because they play on Friday.
Yeah. 2 words. Mick Cronin.
That's another part that I did not want to pick UCLA, bro.
Yeah, like I don't like that squad at all, really. But I will say I like your reasoning of Donovan Dent just taking over because I could see that happening. And if I think Donovan Dent has to have a good game for them to advance. I saw a graphic earlier today. Somebody was trying to create like they were listing off like Kimba like guards that could go on a run, could carry a team, and Donovan Dent I want to say was second on that list behind Darius Acuff.
Really?
So, yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
I could see them making a run, but it is going to have to be fueled by Donovan Dent.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Do you want to fill out the rest of your East?
What reason do you want to head on to?
You just want to
Oh,
fill
we're
out the
gonna
rest
just
of the
fill out
East?
East.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just fill out the East.
All right. Well, I'm going Duke, St. John's. I'm gonna hold your hand. South Florida. Sorry, this last one's a bit tough. I don't know.
Do you have
tossing.
UCLA and UConn, right?
No, UCF UConn.
Oh, damn.
Dude, I don't like UConn. I
don't
don't
like
love
UConn
UCF,
as much either, but
but I don't like UConn. That's like one thing. I don't know.
I just think when it comes to March, UConn, you can't really bet against them at times.
Yeah, it can't bet against Dan Hurley. I'm going UConn. Like it's like a gut thing. But I don't like this UConn squad. I will say that. I don't like this UConn squad.
Yeah, I think they're very volatile.
All right, who'd you go with in your 32?
So I took Duke over TCU. I took Michigan State over South Florida. I took UConn over UCLA. And I took Cal Baptist, the Lancers, to upset St. John's in the second round.
Again? I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually like this St. John squad. I do fear they could go out like really early, like last year's did. Like last year's squad kind of like put me on watch about them, but I do like this St. John squad a decent.
I don't like that. I don't like the St. John squad. Big East. This is one of the flukiest Big East titles I've ever seen in my life. They really struggled early in the season. They've gone hot. Obviously, as of late, they're obviously a tournament champion or a conference champion. Like that. That's nothing to look past. But so is Cal Baptist. They're also hot at the same time on a bigger winning streak. And I genuinely trust the Cal Baptist team more than the St. John's team. The St. John's team has it's their performance early in the season has stuck with me, and I feel like that's the problems that they had early in the season did not carry into conference play, which is why they did well. But then in March, that's where it comes back to bite most teams. We saw that with I'm trying to think. I can't really think. I was trying to think of something last year, but every high seed went far. Last
Yeah,
year was
last
kind of
year,
a chalk tournament.
dude. Last year really like put me on watch about like not picking high seeds this year. Like
Yeah, it
I
was
want to be,
very
I want to be
chalky.
very woke about my bracket like I usually am. But like last year's kind of like making me want to conform to like top seed bias.
Yeah.
But
But I just don't like. I don't trust St. John's. It's kind of the same thing that I had with Kansas. Um, honestly, it was whoever. I even had Northern Iowa at one point sneaking by St. John's because they have
yeah,
such a
I've thought
high
about
power
that.
offense.
I've both
Um,
5-12 and 4-13 here. Like I'm really on upset watch
yeah,
there.
like that
It's
little
just
quad is going to be fun to watch,
I'm
and that's
closer on
where
Cal
upsets I think
Baptist
happen.
than I am on Northern Iowa upsetting St. John's, but I think both could very much could happen.
Absolutely, but I got Cal Baptist in the Sweet
Yeah,
16. In the
Sweet
Sweet 16,
16.
though, I think I have Duke over Cal Baptist, and then I have Michigan State over UConn. I took UConn over UCLA because of Mick Cronin. UConn has a pretty chalky path, I think, if they don't face UCF, and if UCLA gets past UCF. This is what I think. I think UCLA has Donovan Dent, but then that Sweet Six or round 32 matchup, I don't think he plays as well as he did against UCF. UConn goes by, even though they're not the best team that I've seen at UConn. But again, can't bet against Dan Hurley. But then got to rock with Michigan State over UConn to go to the Elite Eight. Who you have?
I have Duke winning. I want to get that out of the way.
Wait,
I had St. John's.
who was your Sweet 16
It was
matchups?
Duke St. John's and South Florida UConn.
I
I
see.
have Duke over St. John's. Like I agree with a lot of what you discussed. I just think that Kansas is a good matchup for St. John's. Like I think St. John's can win that, but they just I don't believe in them against Duke. UConn South Florida is tough, man, because I really don't like this UConn squad, but I like can never count out Dan Early.
Yeah, the thing what I'm really coming to understand, I guess, just because as I get older and watch more college basketball, March Madness runs, all that kind of stuff, is that I think this is we always talk in sports, coaching really matters, but March Madness, it's more of the experience of coaching. You team or coaches that have been here, like Dan Hurley, like Tom Izzo, like John Calipari, like all those guys that have made tournament runs in their past and have years of experience doing it, know how to manage going through the tournament. You have 2 days rest, 3 days rest. How can you pack all the film in to get ready for your next matchup, all this kind of stuff? And I think Dan Hurley, Tom Izzo, Coach Cal over in Arkansas now knows how to do all that kind of stuff. And that's going to translate really well. I feel like in this year where there's a lot of polarizing teams and matchups that can swing either way. I think it's really about coming down to coaching and how they get their teams ready for these big moments. And that's why I think UConn can get that far. But then obviously you have a Izzo Hurley matchup, but I think Michigan State's going to win. But yeah, who do you have going? You have UConn Duke in the Elite Eight,
Yeah,
don't you?
UConn Duke. I
Yeah.
got to rock with Hurley because of coaching.
Yeah.
Uh, and then Duke's in the Final Four. Duke, little known secret, I love Duke this year. I love Cam Boozer. Uh, I love Patrick Ngangba. I love Isaiah. Like I don't love Isaiah Evans as a prospect, but Isaiah Evans is such a cool guy, bro. I
Yeah.
love Isaiah Evans. Uh, yeah, I really rock with this Duke squad. I think they're gonna win
I think what benefited
quite a
this
few
Duke
games.
squad,
I don't want to say win it all. Not to spoil it, not to spoil anybody, but
I
you
think
know,
this Duke squad really benefited by one winning AC championship and then also Arizona faltering later in the year. Because if they didn't get this one seed, the health of Patrick Ngungwa and the rest of that squad really gives me worries if they were in any
yep,
other region going against a potential Georgia or St. Louis in the Midwest, a Clemson Iowa in the South, or even a Utah State Villanova in the West. Like the fact that they
I agree.
secured the top seed is perfect for their run in this region. Unfortunately, though, I got to rock with Izzo and the Spartans. Final
All right,
four.
all right, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Gats to. I'm not gonna shade away from that.
All right,
You see me rock a Michigan State hat.
yeah, yeah,
We ain't gonna get into the reasoning, but Michigan State at the Final Four. Anyways,
yeah.
let's go to the West.
We gotta get a bit faster, but just running off. U of A, Utah State, High Point, Hawaii, BYU, Gonzaga, Mizzou, and Purdue.
All right, I got pretty much the same thing, except I think I have one change. I got U of A, Utah State. I got Wisconsin beating High Point. I got Arkansas beating Hawaii. BYU, Gonzaga, Miami, Purdue. Maybe it's not that similar. Sorry. Um, yeah, I think the big matchup here again is that 5-12, 4-13 quadrant. Wisconsin, High Point, toss up game. Arkansas, Hawaii, toss up game. Those are going to be such fun games to just watch. We talked about it before we even got on air. You have High Point. High Point, if I feel like if they can even just get one win off in the first round, they can go to the Sweet 16 pretty easily out of that
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
thing.
Go on, go on.
I love the guard play of Wisconsin. That's kind of they've been one of the hottest teams in the nation um since January, since basically conference play has started. Um, and against a High Point team, which I was talking to Reese, my roommate, I think a couple of days ago. The reason I see High Point is just kind of the vibes. High Point reminds me of last year's McNeese, where McNeese, the first year they got to the tournament, was this hyped up team to beat Gonzaga, and they faltered, lost by like 40. Then last year, everybody said, "Oh, they're not going to win." And now they went to the almost got to the Sweet 16 last year. This year, same thing. Last year, High Point was one of those hot, fresh new teams to come to the tournament. They kind of got stomped on. This year, they come in. People are kind of writing them off in that Wisconsin matchup a little bit. I am, but I could really see them winning that game. So that's one of the toss-up games for me.
Yeah, I really like this High Point squad. I mean, they are four-factor demons. Like, let's their turnover. They win the turnover battle so well. Obviously, we know that's probably the biggest factor in winning a basketball game is the amount of possessions you get. And while the competition hasn't been great, I love these teams that are heavy. Like they have great turnover economy, and that's just where like I ride so high on High Point. Now, kind of moving on. I don't want to get. There's so many matchups here that I feel like we can get into, but like I want to talk about Arkansas, Hawaii, and Arkansas, Hawaii. What do you like? What do you think? Who do you?
It was kind of it's basically just what I talked about before with the East region with like the coaching experience, all that kind of stuff. I trust Coach Kyle and March right now. Darius Acuff is candidate for Player of the Year, first team All American, and I also just don't see an SEC champion ever losing in the first round. So based off history, that's kind of why I went with them. But Hawaii has the potential. I think Hawaii is the worst possible outcome for Arkansas to face in the first round. But I think coaching experience gets them ready for that game. Darius Acuff can probably go for 35, 40. It's really on him to make this game go for Arkansas. I just see him sneaking by Hawaii. Very close game though.
Yeah, this is a toss up game for me, but I just feel like picking Hawaii here. But like it's kind of just the vibes. Like I get what you're saying with coaching experience and whatnot. Cal obviously one of the greatest coaches ever, but I like I like the four factors of this Hawaii squad. It's a lot of what my decisions come down to, and I trust them to win here. Like they're a really good defensive team, and they have quite the size advantage on Arkansas. I mean, Reese and I were talking about that the other day, so that's ultimately led me to go Hawaii. Now moving to the round of 32, I'm just gonna keep cruising. I got
just go to your Final Four pick, just so we can get that out of the way, and we'll talk about like the stuff in between.
So U of A over Utah State. I got Hawaii over High Point.
Ooh.
Gonzaga over BYU. And Purdue over Mizzou. Now, kind of a polar bear in Arlington, Texas here with Hawaii being in the Sweet 16, but we'll rock with it. I got U of A going to the Elite Eight, and then you got the battle of the perennial tournament disappointments in Gonzaga and Purdue. I always find it funny because I feel like I come to this matchup too much in the Sweet 16, but God, I don't want to be basic again. I'm going Gonzaga. I don't trust them, but I'm going Gonzaga just to go with a 3 seed instead of a 2 seed.
Yeah,
and that doesn't do much. I think this is just like with Michigan, I think if U of A gets past that round of 32 matchup, I think they're probably going to the Final Four. I think
Yeah.
Arkansas could give them trouble, maybe Wisconsin, but I'm pretty confident that U of A will go to the Final Four if they don't lose to Utah State, and that's my pick for the Final Four.
Yeah, I have a U of A over Utah State. I have Wisconsin over Arkansas. I got Gonzaga over BYU, and then I have Miami over Purdue. It's low key just a hate pick for me. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't like
I
Purdue. I
respect that.
don't
I
like
know you
Braden
don't
Smith.
like Purdue, but I respect
I
that.
don't like Braden Smith. Don't like Purdue at all. And I always find like
We love Zach Edey around here. Though.
yeah,
Just gotta specify that we love Zach Edey.
yeah. I mean, you love him a lot more than I do. I don't have a problem with him. I just don't like Purdue. Braden Smith is
I'm kidding.
Biggest super senior of all time. And I always find it funny, like a 7 seed always just does well. So I picked Miami as my 7 seed to go far to the Sweet 16. And the Sweet 16, I know you said U of A has a pretty easy schedule after the round of 32 if they beat Utah State. I have them losing to Wisconsin.
Okay. Yeah, you told me about how you have how high you are on
Wisconsin's probably the most I always fall in love with a polarizing team as Wisconsin. This is that team for me this year. Obviously they didn't have the greatest non-con schedule or run in the non-con, but once conference play started since the end of January, they've been turning it up. And again, I value guard play heavy. Nick Boyd and John Blackwell in the backcourt is the best backcourt in the nation right now. And they lost to Michigan by 3 on a game winner by Lindenborg in the Big Ten semifinals. So who's to say that they don't have a chip on their shoulder right now to go into March with a huge chip and get past, High Point, Arkansas, and then U of A.
Yeah,
and then,
I can't hate like that's. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt too much.
No, you good.
Too much, but I just feel like if they get past High Point, then I think they're a really dangerous team.
Yeah. And then Gonzaga, Miami in the Sweet 16. Gonzaga, I feel is slightly underrated just because of the fact they play in the West Coast Conference, but I don't love their squad. We watched them play in person against ASU, and ASU almost came out on top in that game, given that was 4 months ago at this point. But just watching that team in person didn't give me the full confidence to pick them as far. But based off matchups that they have that I'm giving them, it is pretty not easy. I'd say nothing's easy in March, but it is easier than a lot of people would think. So I have Gonzaga going to the Elite Eight. In the Elite Eight, though, pretty easy for me. Wisconsin over Gonzaga. Again, Nick Boyd, John Blackwell. Gonzaga does not have the guards to keep up with them. And Graham Ike, he's second team All-American, but Wisconsin has size. They're athletic. They're battle tested in the Big Ten. So Wisconsin's the Final Four out of the West region.
Yeah, and I it's hard for me to trust this Gonzaga team that much without Braden Huff. I mean, that's obviously a huge blow. They're missing a lot of production.
Absolutely.
But I just feel like their path isn't that difficult, if that makes sense. So I have them in the Elite Eight, but they're going to lose to Arizona. Moving on, you want me to just run off my entire South, or
yeah. Go ahead with your entire South. Fuck, I don't even realize what time it is.
Florida, Iowa, Vandy, Nebraska, VCU, Illinois, St. Mary's, Houston. And then I've got Florida beating Iowa. Tough one. I love teams with guard play. Like we were talking about. Then it starts awesome player.
Mm-hmm.
And then second round, I have Vandy over Nebraska. I have Illinois over VCU. And Houston beating St. Mary's. And then rounding it out. Not rounding it out, sorry. Sweet 16. I have Florida over Vandy. And so it's tough because I don't trust this Houston squad at all. But I don't like Illinois. I don't know. I'm just going Illinois. Yeah, I gotta go Illinois. And making it to the Final Four. I think I might actually just repeat of last year almost. I'm going Florida. So got 3 1 seeds. Will I get a 4th in the Midwest? We'll see.
The funny thing is, spoiler alert, I have no 1 seeds going to the Final Four this year. At least in this one.
We all know you meant to have Duke, bro. It's a
Yeah, but duty calls. Uh, so I got Florida over whoever. Iowa over Clemson, Vandy over McNeese. I got Troy over Nebraska. I'll come back to that later.
I
VC over
like
North
that. No, I like
Carolina.
that.
Yeah, VC over North Carolina. That game I'll talk about in a second. Illinois over Penn, St. Mary's over A&M, Houston over Idaho, Florida over Iowa in the round of 32, Vandy over Troy, Illinois over VCU, Houston over St. Mary's. And then I got, it kind of sucks that they put Vandy and Florida in the same matchup because this is a rematch of the SEC championship game. This game could honestly go double overtime in my opinion, but I got Florida over Vandy.
It wasn't the SEC championship game.
Oh, sorry, semifinal. Was it semifinal? Sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies. I don't know why I said championship semifinals. And then Houston over Illinois. Two teams that I don't necessarily trust, but when it comes to which guard I trust more, I trust Fleming's more of a, I guess Wagler's not really a guard, more of like a wing kind of guy, but I trust Fleming's over Wagler in that game. And I love Kingston Fleming's. Make that known right now. And then I got Houston over Florida. I think that will have probably the biggest chip of any team in the history to roll back out to get revenge on the team that beat them in the championship last year. I got Houston over Florida. Again, I love
awesome.
Kingston.
I'd rock with that. I'd rock with that so hard. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm also making I'm making some storylines in my brackets right now. Anyways, Kingston Flemings I love. He takes Houston to the Final Four. Nebraska Troy.
We were almost identical on this bracket. It's just Nebraska Troy, and you had Houston being Illinois.
This South region people say is the region of chaos, but it's very chalked if you just look at it for a little bit longer. Nebraska Troy. Now, neither of these teams have ever won a March Madness game in their history, so history will be made on, I believe, tomorrow. Yes, on Thursday. But Troy, people will know the name Victor Valdez after tomorrow night. He has been amazing for Troy this year, and Nebraska was great. I think they're being overblown by the media, though, for the fact that they started undefeated for, 16 games? 18 games, something like that? It was a crazy number like that.
Yeah, and then they lost to Michigan.
Yeah. And yes, they lost competitive games throughout their season, the ones that they have, but Nebraska, I think, is highly overseeded, and this Troy team is heavily underseeded. So we're really looking right now at a 7-10 matchup, in my opinion, in any other or any other region. And I think Troy nail bites this one out. And then
I really like this pick. It's just the only reason I'm picking Nebraska is the fact that I feel like this Nebraska team has a little bit of magic. Only Power 4 team that hasn't won obviously Troy hasn't won a tournament game either, but Nebraska is the only Power 4 team who hasn't won a NCAA tournament game. So I just feel like this is probably the team to do it. And then I have them losing the next round. Like I don't trust this Nebraska team at all. I just think they have a bit of magic in them.
Magic for a game. And then the other sad one, obviously, we talked about Caleb Wilson not playing for North Carolina.
God,
I just think that's
devastating. It's a dagger.
Probably, yeah. It's really a dagger. North Carolina, I feel like if they had Caleb Wilson, obviously, I feel like they'd be a little bit of a higher seed because they would have been better off in the ACC tournament. They've literally beat the number 1 seed in Duke, or number 1 overall team in Duke at home. Competitively lost them on the road as well. But no Caleb Wilson just sucks. And if they did, let's say Wilson returned, for this game tomorrow night, and they were still
I think the result would be different, but I do
absolutely.
like this VCU squad.
If Caleb Wilson was playing for North Carolina, I think they would be a sneaky Elite 8 team, in my opinion. Such a well-rounded team. Caleb Wilson is one of the best players in the country, one of the best prospects, top 5 pick for sure. Just sucks to see him go out like that. Anyways, any other notes?
Let's go in the Midwest.
Yeah, let's go to the Midwest.
Let's go in the Midwest. We got to wrap this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Michigan, St. Louis. I'm going to come back. 2 matchups, actually. Tennessee, Virginia, Kentucky, Iowa State.
Wait, sorry. You skipped.
You skipped
the quad.
I skipped. Yeah.
You skipped. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
I skipped the little chaos area here.
Yeah. Holy chaos.
Honestly, I'm gonna say Tech wins, but Bama loses. I haven't done this in any of my brackets, but I just want to do that real quick. I'll get back to it, but I think Akron and Hofstra have decent shouts to win. I'm gonna go. Michigan over St. Louis.
Yeah.
Scratch that. I'm going St. Louis over Michigan. I haven't done it in any bracket. I've been thinking about doing it for so long. Why not? Tech over Hofstra. Virginia over Tennessee. Even though I do think Tennessee has a better shot to win that game than most think. I'll talk about that a bit more later. Iowa State over Kentucky. And then give me St. Louis over Tech. I think that JC Toppin injury gets a little bit too serious. Honestly, I'm just playing around at this point. Let's get it. Iowa State to the Elite Eight, and then Iowa State to the Final Four. So
I like it.
Very, very creative. All 1s and 2 seeds in my Final Four, but shocker. Last year was all 1 seeds. So
yeah. I got Michigan over Howard, St. Louis over Georgia, Tech over Akron, Hofstra over Bama, Tennessee over the winner of Miami SMU tonight, Virginia over Wright State, Santa Clara over Kentucky. Kentucky's not a good basketball team at all. And Iowa State over Tennessee State. And then I kind of got the same thing. Michigan, burn in hell. Let's go Bilitnikins. Whatever. Is it Bilitnikins?
I
think that's how you pronounce it. Whatever it is.
Pronounce it.
Let's go St. Louis. Yay. Tech over Hofstra, Virginia over Tennessee, and then I got Santa Clara over Iowa State. Let's go, baby.
That's crazy. I don't know. I like Santa Clara, but I think the hype for them is a bit overblown. Like
I'm picking.
I don't like it. I don't like Kentucky at all either. That's why I have them losing.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose pretty big to Iowa State the second round, but I just think the Santa Clara team might be a bit overblown. But
I think they are
wouldn't be shocked. Overblown. I wouldn't be shocked if they win. Like I have a couple brackets where I have them winning.
Yeah, I just want to pick them for the culture.
I respect it. I mean, obviously we know where your Michigan pick's based on. I'm surprised you weren't rocking with Howard, but
I thought about it, had it for a second before I switched it up. Anyways, I got Tech over St. Louis just because of the fact that it's. I mean, I feel like Tech Christian Anderson.
You think it's a bit overwhelming?
I think so. I think Christian Anderson is going to be able to find a way to take this Tech team to the Elite Eight, but it's going to be a very cakey, fluky path. And then I got Virginia over Santa Clara. And Virginia beats Tech. I think Virginia would blow the brakes off of Tech. Virginia is one of the tallest teams in the nation. They're athletic, sneaky athletic. And I got Virginia to the Final Four. My Final Four. I love Virginia. Virginia's one of my favorite teams.
I do like Virginia. Nation. Yeah.
I love Virginia.
They got a tough bracket, though. They got a tough bracket. I think they handle Wright State, but Tennessee is kind of an interesting squad. Like the 4 factors like them, but the eye test, in my opinion at least, doesn't like them. So that's kind of why I'm going Virginia over them. But I really love this Iowa State squad. Like I think this could be the year they make a run. Like they're kind of like 2 seed U, if that makes sense. Like they're always at the 2 seed. But it feels like they just always underperform in the tournament. I don't see that this year. I think this is the year they break through. I feel like it's kind of like a now or never for Iowa State. Like they need to break through. So, Iowa State to the Final Four. And to recap my Final Four, I have Duke, Florida, U of A, Iowa State. I know, get your laughs off. I'm basic. I picked all 1s and 2 seeds. Sue me. But, yeah, the best teams usually win. Let's just say that.
Yeah. To recap my Final Four, I got Michigan State, Houston, and Wisconsin, Virginia. Don't sue me. I'm not basic. I'm not Zach. I'm fun. It's for the culture.
I like your picks aside from Michigan State, bro. Put your bias aside.
Nah, I can't do it.
Put your bias aside.
Not doing it.
Like I actually I would consider all the other options but Michigan State, bro. Put your bias aside.
Not doing it.
All right. I wonder who's
when that game comes, Michigan State versus Duke, bro. I am going to be repping my cautious Winston jersey so hard and wishing for a 2019 redo. Or not redo.
I'll bring out my my Polo Magic jerseys just for the hate watch.
You don't even have him in a Duke jersey.
I do actually want to. I want to get a Duke jersey at some point. I might have to get a Booze jersey. You know what?
Yeah, sorry. Side note: my family's going to Maine this summer, and I'm getting Duke flag jersey so I can go to his high school and flick up there. Anyways,
that's hard. But better. Flag's nice, but he's no. Say his name one more time. Cameron Boozer.
I was about to say Constantinople.
All right, bro. Khan's awesome though. Shout out to Khan.
Yeah.
But
Who do you have in your national championship?
Duke, Florida is like that's such a toss up for me. I think that Florida has a lot. Like they're a very high and low team at times. Like they've been consistent throughout conference play, but their shooting is so poor that I could see them losing. Or so like the shooting's kind of the difference in this one for me. So I'm going Duke, just in a narrow one, and kind of keeping the Iowa State run going. I I think they get their get back. I think they beat U of
Wow.
A. We saw that amazing game winner from Jaden Bradley. Obviously, I know a lot of people around here weren't that fond of it, but that was a crazy shot. I mean, hats off to him.
That's off.
But I think that Iowa State's going to come motivated. They're going to come ready to play, especially if they match up against U of A in the Final Four. And I think they can take care of business. Iowa State to the national champion.
Yeah, that's a chip
national
right there.
championship. Yeah.
That's a chip.
All right. Who do you got?
Got to keep the bias in the family. Michigan State over Houston. Literally, I have no reason to accept the fact that my girlfriend goes to Michigan State. Like, Jenny, I have no other reason than that.
I wonder who's winning your natty.
I got Virginia over Wisconsin. Now, this is my dream game for Final Four. In all seriousness, this is a game that I really want to see. Wisconsin, I just talked about how much I love their backcourt, but Virginia's backcourt as well is one of the best in the nation. Sam Lewis, Malik Thomas. I think Malik Thomas in this tournament run is going to be a guy that you're going to be like in 2 years, man. We're gonna be playing "Dramatic Girl" by Baby Keem, and Malik Thomas edits on TikTok in 2 years. That's what's going to happen with this guy right here. I swear. Book it right here. I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen. So I got Michigan State versus Virginia in my Final Four. Shout out to my girlfriend. Michigan State wins it all. In all seriousness, I'd love to pick Duke, but not doing it.
It's like I rock with your Final Four so much.
For the culture, bro.
It's just Michigan State's in there, and I know why you're picking Michigan State. It's just I don't like it's for no other reason. I just don't believe it. Like I don't believe this year's squad.
Oh, I know at all. I literally in my series bracket, I literally would have South Florida beating them in the second round.
Okay.
I've talked. My girlfriend will talk about this so much. I have blasted Cohen Carr for being like the worst basketball player I've ever seen in my life.
And you like Jeremy Fears though?
Hate him too, but he's actually like decent enough. My girlfriend got me a Michigan State Kaja Winston jersey for Valentine's Day, and she said she hinted that I got you. She said I got you a Michigan State jersey, and I went, oh my god, she got me a Cohen Carr jersey.
I thought it was gonna be a Draymond jersey.
No, Miles Bridges next. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, I got Michigan State over Virginia.
That's crazy. Jesus Christ, bro. That's awful.
Yeah. Who do you have for the national championship, Zach? Wrap this episode up.
Give me Duke. Like I picked Duke so many times. I know I've been hyping up. I always say it's a 2 seed, but I've been hyping up a quote unquote like dream run for them. Like this is their year, but it's Duke. I picked Duke. I don't want to say a few years in a row, but I was fairly confident that they were going to win last year. Probably should have won if Cooper Flagg didn't choke in the last minute. I mean, the whole team kind of choked there too, but
absolutely, the whole team, bro.
Cam Boozer, best prospect we've seen in quite some time. Well, best collegiate prospect because Wimby's, best prospect we've seen since LeBron, since Kareem, arguably, but
since AD, bro.
Wimby's a way better prospect than AD. Cooper Flagg's a better prospect than AD. Cam is a better prospect than AD. Let's not get started there. But Cam Boozer wins it all. Does it for his dad. Does it for Caden. Sorry, I'm joking. Caden actually carried.
Bro, he hooped in the tournament, bro.
That's tough, bro. I'm actually I'm rooting so much for Caden Boozer. Like he gets so much hate online, and most of it's just like the most disrespectful stuff ever. It's like, oh, damn, I never seen two twins like with this much of a gap, and I'm like, bro, that's so disrespectful. Like Caden Boozer, give him his credit. He's worked his butt off to get where he's at right now, and he's reaping the benefits right now. And I couldn't be happier to see a guy succeed. And The twin natty picks are gonna go hard. They will go
slam
hard.
The slam cover. You get one?
I'll cop one.
That'd be fire.
That'd be hard.
Anyways, we're excited to get this show or March Madness underway. Officially, no first four BS. You can see how excited we are. But we will be here back next week talking about all of the first weekend recap, possibly more NBA, WNBA news. But for right now, we're from the Nosebleeds. I'm Cole Frere. That's Zach Drostick. Still don't know which way he is on the screen. We'll be back next week. Peace out.